Let me ask you something. How many of you know you're capable of more? How many of you feel like there's another level inside you just waiting to break free? Listen, the difference between where you are and where you want to be comes down to one thing: action. Not someday, not when it's convenient, now. If you're tired of settling, if you're done making excuses, then it's time to take control. Because the quality of your life is determined by the standards you demand from yourself. So let's break through the limits. Let's rewire your mindset and let's create the unstoppable you. Your mindset is the foundation of everything you do. It dictates how you see the world, how you handle challenges, and ultimately what you achieve. If you believe that life happens to you rather than for you, you give away your power. The truth is, your beliefs shape your reality. What you consistently think about, what you tell yourself daily, and the internal dialogue running in your mind all influence your actions, decisions, and the outcomes you create. Think about this. Two people can experience the same situation, yet one sees it as an opportunity while the other sees it as a disaster. Why? Because mindset is everything. When you train your mind to find solutions instead of excuses, to focus on possibilities instead of limitations, you step into a completely different level of living. The quality of your life is determined by the quality of your thoughts. But let's take this deeper. Why do most people struggle to change their mindset? Because they've been conditioned since childhood to think a certain way. Maybe they were told that success is only for a select few. Maybe they grew up believing that money is evil, that failure is shameful, or that their worth is tied to what others think. These mental programs are running in the background, controlling their actions without them even realizing it. If you don't take conscious control over your thoughts, these old limiting beliefs will keep running the show. So, how do you shift your mindset? First, you need to become aware of the negative stories you tell yourself. Pay attention to your self-talk. When you catch yourself thinking, I can't do this, or I'm not good enough, stop immediately. Challenge that thought. Ask yourself, is this absolutely true? Most of the time, it's not. Replace it with something empowering like, I am resourceful and capable. Over time, these new thoughts become your default, and you start operating from a position of confidence instead of fear. Another key to mastering your mindset is to change your focus. Whatever you focus on expands. If you constantly focus on what's wrong in your life, guess what? You'll find more problems. But if you train yourself to focus on solutions, opportunities, and growth, your brain will start finding ways to make progress. This isn't just positive thinking. It's rewiring your brain to work for you instead of against you. Your physiology also plays a huge role in your mindset. Your emotions are directly linked to how you use your body. Think about it. When you're feeling down, how does your posture look? Slouched shoulders, shallow breathing, low energy. But when you shift your physiology, stand tall, breathe deeply, move with power, you instantly feel different. If you want to feel unstoppable, move like someone who is unstoppable. Your body and mind are connected, so use that connection to your advantage. One of the biggest mindset shifts you can make is embracing failure. Most people avoid failure at all costs because they've been taught that failing means they're not good enough. But in reality, failure is a sign of growth. The most successful people in the world fail more than anyone else because they take more risks, they push beyond their comfort zones, and they learn from every setback. Every failure carries a lesson. Instead of seeing it as defeat, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow? The moment you stop fearing failure, you unlock a level of confidence and courage that most people never reach. Your environment also shapes your mindset more than you realize. Who you spend time with influences your thoughts, beliefs, and energy levels. If you're constantly surrounded by negativity, people who complain, make excuses, or settle for mediocrity, it's going to pull you down. But when you surround yourself with winners, people who think big and take action, your mindset naturally shifts in that direction. Your standards rise. You start believing in bigger possibilities. So be intentional about your environment. Upgrade the people you spend time with, the books you read, the content you consume, and the conversations you engage in. Lastly, if you want to truly master your mindset, commit to lifelong growth. There's no finish line when it comes to self-improvement. The best people in the world, leaders, athletes, entrepreneurs, are always learning, always growing, always looking for the next level. Personal development isn't something you do once. It's a way of life. Every day, ask yourself, how can I be better today than I was yesterday? When you make growth a habit, success becomes inevitable. Your mindset is the foundation for everything. Shift it, strengthen it, and commit to becoming the person who creates the life you truly want, because the moment you change your mind, you change your world. Massive action is the single most powerful force behind transformation. People often wait for the perfect moment, the right feeling, or some external motivation before they act. But the truth is, waiting is what keeps most people stuck. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't intelligence, talent, or luck. It's the willingness to take action before they feel ready. Action creates momentum, and momentum builds confidence. The more you do, the more capable you become. Think about the most successful people in any field. Do they hesitate? Do they wait for everything to be perfect? No. They move fast, they adapt, and they take massive, consistent action toward their goals. They don't overanalyze every step or get caught in self-doubt. They understand that progress comes from execution, not just planning. You don't need to have all the answers before you start. You just need to start. Clarity comes from action, not thought. The reason most people never achieve their dreams is that they allow fear and uncertainty to stop them. They think they need to feel ready before they begin. But readiness is a myth. If you wait until you feel 100% ready, you'll never start. Growth happens in action. When you take that first step, even if it's small, you begin a process of learning, adjusting, and improving. Every time you act, you gain experience, and that experience builds the confidence you need to keep going. Massive action isn't just about doing more, it's about doing what actually moves the needle. People stay busy but avoid the hard, uncomfortable work that leads to real breakthroughs. They spend hours planning, researching, or thinking about what they should do instead of just doing it. That's not action, that's procrastination disguised as productivity. If you want results, you have to focus on the high-impact activities that truly drive progress. Stop overthinking, stop waiting for the stars to align, take the next best step, and then take another. One of the greatest killers of momentum is perfectionism. People convince themselves that they need the perfect strategy, the perfect timing, or the perfect skills before they start. But perfection is just an excuse to avoid taking action. Successful people don't aim for perfection, they aim for progress. They take imperfect action and refine as they go. They're willing to fail, adjust, and keep pushing forward. The only way to master something is to start before you're good at it. Every expert was once a beginner who decided to take action despite their doubts. There's also a direct connection between action and energy. The more you do, the more energy you create. When you sit around waiting for motivation, your energy levels drop. You start feeling sluggish, uninspired, and stuck. But the moment you start moving, everything changes. Motion creates emotion. When you take bold action, your physiology shifts, your mind sharpens, and your confidence skyrockets. If you ever feel stuck, the fastest way to break free is to move, physically and mentally. Get up, change your environment, and take immediate action on something meaningful. Massive action is also about persistence. It's easy to start strong, but the real test is what you do when challenges arise. Most people take action until they face obstacles, then they retreat. But the ones who truly succeed are those who keep pushing forward despite setbacks. They don't see challenges as stop signs, they see them as opportunities to grow stronger. They adjust, they pivot, and they keep going no matter what. That's the mindset of winners. Another critical part of taking action is speed. The longer you wait to act on an idea, the less likely you are to do it. How many times have you had a great idea, felt excited about it, but then let too much time pass? Eventually the excitement faded, doubt crept in, and you did nothing. This is why urgency matters. When you get an idea, act on it immediately, make a decision, take a step, and commit to moving forward. The faster you execute, the faster you get results. Ultimately, massive action is about taking responsibility for your own success. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you the life you want. You have to decide that you're done waiting, done hesitating, and done making excuses. Everything you want is on the other side of action, and the only way to get there is to start now, move fast, and refuse to stop until you reach your goal. Emotions are the driving force behind every decision, action, and result in your life. If you don't control your emotions, they will control you. The most successful people in the world aren't just intelligent or talented. They have mastered the ability to manage their emotional state no matter what is happening around them. This skill is what allows them to stay focused, driven, and resilient in the face of adversity. When you learn to regulate your emotions, you take control of your life in a way that most people never do. Most people operate in reaction mode. They let their emotions dictate their actions without realizing it. If something bad happens, they feel frustrated, angry, or defeated, and they allow that emotion to influence their decisions. They give their power away to external circumstances. But the truth is, no situation has the power to control how you feel unless you allow it to. Your emotional state is something you can shift in an instant, if you understand how to do it. The first step in mastering your emotions is becoming aware of them. Most people don't even realize how much their emotions are shaping their lives. They think their mood is just something that happens to them. But emotions are not random, they are patterns. If you constantly feel anxious, overwhelmed, or stuck, it's because your mind has been conditioned to respond to situations in a certain way. But just like any habit, you can rewire your emotional patterns. One of the most powerful ways to shift your emotions is by changing your physiology. Your body and emotions are directly connected. If you're feeling down, look at how you're holding yourself. Your shoulders are probably slumped, your breathing is shallow, and your energy is low. But the moment you change your posture, stand tall, breathe deeply, and move with power, your emotional state shifts instantly. You feel stronger, more confident, and more in control. This is why movement, whether it's exercise, deep breathing, or even just standing up and stretching, has such a profound impact on your emotions. Another key to emotional mastery is understanding the power of focus. Whatever you focus on, you feel. If you focus on everything that's going wrong, you'll feel overwhelmed. If you focus on all the reasons you might fail, you'll feel fear. But if you train yourself to focus on solutions, opportunities, and what you can control, you'll feel empowered. Your brain is always looking for evidence to support whatever you believe. If you tell yourself, I'm stuck and nothing ever works out for me, your brain will find proof of that everywhere. But if you start telling yourself, I always find a way and every challenge makes me stronger, your brain will shift to look for evidence to support that belief. Words also have an enormous impact on your emotional state. The language you use, both out loud and in your mind, shapes how you feel. Think about the difference between saying, I'm exhausted versus I need to recharge, or I'm stuck versus I'm figuring this out. The words you choose can either drain your energy or empower you. If you want to take control of your emotions, start by upgrading the way you talk to yourself. Another critical piece of emotional mastery is learning to interrupt negative patterns. Most people let their emotions spiral out of control. They start feeling stressed, and instead of shifting their state, they dwell on it, making it worse. But you can train yourself to break the cycle. The moment you notice yourself slipping into a negative emotional state, do something to interrupt it. Move your body, change your focus, shift your breathing. Do anything that breaks the pattern. The more you practice this, the faster you'll be able to shift from frustration to determination, from fear to confidence, from doubt to certainty. One of the most powerful emotions you can cultivate is gratitude. It is impossible to feel fear, anger, or frustration while feeling deeply grateful at the same time. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what's already abundant in your life. When you start every day by focusing on what you're grateful for, you train your brain to operate from a place of positivity and abundance rather than lack and fear. At the end of the day, mastering your emotions isn't about ignoring them or pretending negative emotions don't exist. It's about taking control instead of letting emotions dictate your life. The strongest people are not those who never feel doubt, fear, or frustration. They are the ones who know how to shift those emotions quickly and use them as fuel instead of obstacles. When you develop the ability to manage your emotions, you become unstoppable. You move through challenges with confidence, you take action despite fear, and you create a life that is driven by your vision rather than your reactions. Growth is not a luxury, it is a necessity. The moment you stop growing, you start declining. Life is always moving, either forward or backward, but never standing still. Those who achieve greatness in any area of life are not necessarily the most talented or the luckiest. They are the ones who have committed to constant and never-ending improvement. They understand that real success is not about reaching a destination, but about continuously pushing the limits of what is possible. If you want to create a better life, you have to be willing to grow beyond where you are today. Most people stay in their comfort zones because it feels safe. They get into routines, stick to what they know, and avoid challenges that might push them beyond their current abilities. But the truth is, comfort is the enemy of progress. The biggest breakthroughs in life come when you step outside of what is familiar and challenge yourself to become more. Growth requires discomfort. It demands that you face your fears, take risks, and embrace failure as a stepping stone rather than a setback. One of the biggest reasons people resist growth is fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of uncertainty. But growth and fear go hand in hand. The only way to overcome fear is to face it head on. Every time you step into the unknown, you expand your capacity. What once seemed impossible becomes easy. What once scared you becomes your new normal. But this only happens when you make the decision to prioritize growth over comfort. Growth is not something that happens automatically. It requires deliberate effort. You must actively seek out challenges, new experiences, and opportunities to learn. It means constantly upgrading your skills, your mindset, and your habits. You cannot expect different results while doing the same things over and over again. If you want a better life, you have to become better. If you want more success, you have to develop the skills and mindset necessary to achieve it. The most successful people in the world are lifelong learners. They do not believe they have all the answers. They are always seeking new knowledge, new strategies, and new perspectives. They read books, attend seminars, listen to mentors, and challenge their own beliefs. They understand that the moment they think they know everything, they stop growing. If you want to accelerate your progress, commit to learning every single day. Even 10 minutes of focused learning each day can transform your life over time. But knowledge alone is not enough. Growth comes from action. Too many people consume information but never apply it. They read books, watch videos, and take courses, but their lives never change because they do not take action on what they learn. Growth happens in execution, in doing the things that scare you, in taking bold steps despite uncertainty. Stop waiting for the perfect plan or the perfect moment. Take what you know and put it into practice immediately. The faster you apply what you learn, the faster you will grow. Your environment plays a massive role in your growth. If you surround yourself with people who think small, settle for less, and avoid challenges, you will adopt the same mindset. But if you surround yourself with people who push themselves, who embrace discomfort, and who are constantly improving, you will naturally rise to their level. Growth is contagious. The people you spend time with will either elevate you or hold you back. Choose wisely. Seek out mentors. Join communities of high achievers. And expose yourself to people who inspire and challenge you to be better. One of the most overlooked aspects of growth is reflection. Growth is not just about moving forward, it's also about looking back and learning from your experiences. Take time to assess your progress. Identify what is working and adjust your approach. Ask yourself, what did I learn today? What challenges did I overcome? What could I do better? Growth is not about perfection. It is about continuous improvement. Even small progress every day leads to massive results over time. Perhaps the most important lesson about growth is that it never ends. There is no final destination where you have made it and can stop improving. The best athletes, entrepreneurs, and leaders in the world are constantly evolving, constantly refining their skills, and constantly pushing their limits. They never settle, and neither should you. The key to a fulfilling and extraordinary life is to commit to growth, not just when it's convenient, not just when it's easy, but every single day. Because when you make growth your priority, there are no limits to what you can achieve.